Have you ever wondered why, no matter how passionate you are about your work, you still get fed up with the grind of going to work every single day? And yet when you finally get time off, it's like it's impossible to switch off and rest. What if I told you that you weren't built to work in the way you've been taught to work? Welcome to Gardenomics Part 2, where I'll reveal the real reason you get burnt out even when you love what you do, why you can't switch off and rest even when you try, and how to reprogram your mind to unlock the secret of abundance the way you are always meant to experience it. Now, if you haven't watched part 1, where I revealed the leadership limiting lies that we've been programmed to believe and introduce the system that completely annihilates them, pause this video and go watch that first. You can't fully take advantage of the secret of abundance we're going to talk about today without understanding the apple from Gardenomics. But if you're ready and you've already seen part 1, let's dive in. Let's talk about why you feel burnt out even when you're passionate about what you do. The real problem isn't you or your passion, it's that your definition of work is all wrong. Most of us were taught that work means using our physical and limited resources to earn money, but that's not what work is truly meant to be. Think of it like this. It's like driving a car on the highway, but staying in first gear the entire time. Can the car hit the speed limit in first gear? Sure. But for how long? Eventually, it's going to break down. Why? Because it was never designed to work that hard at that speed. Now, could you stay in first gear and just cut the speed down? Sure, but it would take forever to reach your destination. You'll still wear out the engine and you'll frustrate a lot of people along the way. So what's the solution? Use the car the way it was designed to be used. Now, just like that car, the same goes for you. The real definition of work is about building systems that can run without needing the same input that got them started. If you're constantly having to push, pull, and grind every single day, of course you're going to burn out. You were never designed to work like that. You were designed to create systems that continue to produce and grow with minimal input. So if the output of your work doesn't include systems that do just that, that's why you get burnt out, even though you love what you do. Now, you might be asking, how do I know we're designed to work this way and who designed it? Well, that's where it all comes down to the grand organized design, aka God. Ancient script reveals that from the very beginning, God established system. He created a world that operates on cycles and rhythms, systems that sustain themselves without constant input. Imagine you own both a bakery and a garden. Both of these produce food. If you leave them alone and have no more input, which one will continue to produce food on its own? The garden, right? It's a system that sustains itself naturally without needing someone to constantly manage it. But then the grand organized design took this concept even further by creating mankind. Ancient script describes how we were created in his image and his likeness to be his representatives on the system called Earth. Now, here's what's important. The words image and likeness aren't synonyms. They actually have distinct meaning. One refers to how we appear, the other refers to how we're programmed. So our programming matches his likeness. So what is his likeness? Ancient script reveals that he is creative. He has a vision and a plan that he works toward. He works strategically. He creates systems that don't require ongoing input. He accomplishes what he sets out to do, celebrates those accomplishments, and he creates leaders, not followers. So if we're made in his image and his likeness, we have those aspects within us too, programmed into our DNA to be systems-based thinkers and creators. You don't want to work every day because it's incongruent with your being. You're designed to create systems that work and then rest while it's overseen by someone else. Now, here's a key insight. This is why you just can't switch off from work, why you can't rest even when you're on holiday. And knowing this is going to free you from being a workaholic. The reason you can't rest is because you haven't met the prerequisites for rest. So what are the prerequisites for rest? I'm glad you asked. And aren't we lucky that the grand organized design gave us the divine blueprint? So there are 7 steps in line with the 7 days of creation. Step 1, have a vision. Step 2, implement systems that bring that vision to life. Step 3, celebrate the accomplishment. Step 4, train up capable leaders and equip them to oversee the system. Step 5, communicate your vision with the leaders and give them the autonomy to run it. Step 6, let them run it. Step 7, rest. You see, your brain, your DNA, your programming, it's wired into your very being to build self-sustaining systems. And if you haven't done that, your brain will keep trying to find a way to motivate you in order to fulfill the prerequisites for rest. Now that you understand why you feel burnt out and the real definition of work, it's time to reprogram your mind to align with the truth. So let's explore how to apply Gardenomics to unlock the secret to true abundance. Now, this reprogramming includes 5 critical steps, each building on the last, to help you shift from a mindset of scarcity to a mindset of abundance. Next week, I'll do a walkthrough of the steps in detail, but for now, let's introduce them. Step 1, expose the lies. First, we need to bring the lies out of the shadows and into the light. These lies have held you back and kept you in a cycle of stress, scarcity, and self-sabotage. In Gardenomics Part 1, we expose 4 key leadership lies that stem from the bakery model. For example, one of them was the belief that you have to give back to those less fortunate than yourself, as if you've taken something from them by being successful. But there are many other lies out there, and it's crucial to take the time to expose each of those for yourself. So this first step in reprogramming is identifying these lies that have a hold of you so you can begin to dismantle them. Next, we dig deeper and expose the root of these lies. The roots are the underlying concepts that allow these falsehoods to take root in your mind. The lies we discussed last week, for example, are rooted in and grounded in these concepts like scarcity and lack, purposefully making it seem like there isn't enough for everyone. And those roots create behavioral patterns of endless work, stress, and struggle. By identifying these roots, you start to see how deeply they've been programmed into your thinking, and you begin to understand how they affect your daily actions and your beliefs. Once the lies and the roots are exposed, the next step is to replace them with the truth. For example, one of the truths revealed last week is that you never have to give back because you didn't take anything that belonged to someone else. You simply give out of abundance. And just like the 4 truths we discussed, for every lie you expose, you must replace it with its corresponding truth. It's not enough to just expose the lie. If you don't replace it with the truth, you'll just fall back into old programming. Without this replacement, your beliefs remain incongruent and your actions will reflect that. Now, just as we expose the roots of the lies, we must now plant the roots of the truth deep in your mind. The roots of the truth we looked at last week focused on abundance and overflow, where there is more than enough for everyone. Instead of this endless work and struggle, your focus shifts to building systems and creating rest. Now, as you go through this exercise, remember that the roots of the truth are also in direct opposition to the roots of the lie. When you replace the roots, you change the very foundation on which your beliefs are built. Finally, to solidify this reprogramming and build your new belief systems on these truths, you must engage in what I call belief builders. Now, these aren't your average affirmations. These are carefully curated statements that rewire your mind into thinking according to the truth and prevent you from falling back into the old destructive programming and habits. Understand that creating new neural pathways in your brain takes time and conscious effort. Research shows that it can take anywhere from 21 days to several months for new habits and thought patterns to form. Of course, this is depending on your focus and repetition. Make a conscious decision to regularly speak these belief builders so you can reinforce the truth of abundance in every area of your life. By following these 5 steps, you'll be well on your way to unlocking the secret of true abundance. And remember, this is a journey that takes time, commitment, and conscious effort. But the reward is a life fully aligned with the principles of Gardenomics, which is abundance, growth, and true fulfillment. Thanks for watching. Today, we expose the real reason you get burnt out, even though you love what you do, why your mind just can't switch off and rest no matter how hard you try, and how to reprogram your mind to unlock the secret of true abundance. If you found this helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with a friend who needs to hear it. Can't think of a friend? Share it with an enemy. And don't forget to subscribe for weekly videos like this. Next week, I'll be doing a walkthrough of the 5 steps to reprogramming your mind. You'll watch me do it live and craft my own belief builders. I'll also include a worksheet so you can create your own and we'll do it together. Hit the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when it's live, and drop a comment below to let me know which part of today's video was the best for you. Until next time, be blessed, and I'll see you on the next one.